Hi everybody, welcome to another episode of Fish Keeping Jamaica right here. This pond might look untidy, unkept, and really ugly based on the algae at the side. This is a clear sign that my pond is well conditioned. And it is aged, along with the fact that it has an ecosystem, although not sufficient to sustain my fish stock in it, but one do exist. Now, to get algae to grow on the side of your pond requires light, nutrients, and constant water. To some, this may be really ugly in that you keep your tank, you always want your tank to look pristine, you always want your pond to look really good. But the question is this really and truly what your fish really want? Now, this pond was actually put into existence this is the last pond in which last IBC pond in which I dealt with. Probably about 3-4 months old, right? And you can see where in which the pond, well, probably you might not be able to see the sides that well. Let's see if I can. You can see the side, right? You notice the size there. Plants is in the way, right? Plants are in the way. Notice the size of the pond, very white, clean, no algae growth, right? However, I have fish stock in it. Now, if these fish had the amount of algae that this tank actually have, if that tank had the amount of algae that this tank actually have, along with my goldfish pond, you'll find that my fish would actually grow a little bit faster. This is my Central American cichlids, and they're okay, they're going on okay, and I have not fed them from yesterday morning. I only feed my fish once per day I feed my fish, right? The essence of this video is just to point to the fact that algae growth is not that bad. Algae growth provides a life sustenance, an ecosystem for the fish, in which the fish, regardless of how the fish is regarded as omnivore or carnivore, they do peck at times at the walling, or should I say at the sides of their pond or tank. Now, when you condition a tank, an aquarium, you might not see the algae, the green algae, but what you might feel is some slimy stuff at the side. This take a while to build up, and your fish practically may consume. Here's some. Got them, see? Your fish might actually consume some of this very algae, right? To sustain itself. I mean, like, sometimes I be feeding like my Jack Dempsey, right? And my Jack Dempsey might not even eat the feed. And I'm like wondering, why is it that they're not eating the feed? But what happened is that you have several organisms in the water that a Jack Dempsey actually feed on. And these organisms come about as a result of the algae that exists on the side of my ponds. So therefore, algae, in a sense, kind of serve as an advantage for my fish. My fish grows. I don't know if you can actually see my Jack Dempsey. I do not want to hold the device too near to the water and then, oops, it fall in like my wife's iPhone, right? But these fish actually consume algae at the side of the pond, and the more the algae develop, I find that the bigger my fish becomes, right? So ponds with a lot of algae in it, for me, I'm not speaking about anybody else, I'm speaking about myself. My ponds with a lot of algae, they tend to have more fish, right? It's very hot, and I'm gonna have to put a little bit more water in my ponds. And in addition to the whole algae story and the fact that ponds sides are lined with laced with algae. If you notice, the sides of my ponds are laced with algae, right? I have the issue about evaporation, right? Evaporation might not be a problem to you because you might have a fish room or you might have your fish tank inside, so therefore it's not a problem for you, right? Now, all my tanks were filled up to a set point. This pond suffers from rapid evaporation. It is more exposed than some, because some of them, as you can see, are underneath the tree, right? So therefore the tree kind of provides shade for these tanks. But the ones that are more likely in the sun, they tend to have more algae, one, and they tend to have more cases of water evaporating. As a result, I need now to top up on the amount of water that exists in the ponds. And I usually change when I first started, right? I usually change water very regularly. And then I was wondering, how is it that some persons do have ponds like I do, and they are not changing their water so regularly, and the fish look really healthier, probably even healthier than mine. And in doing a little paperwork research and checking it out, I realized that the water, see, the cherry kind of attract the snails, so I get to get them out easy. I realized that the water is being managed by the plants. Water change or filtration, and that's a debate in which I think I might go into, right? Coming back to the story now, I realized that the water quality is good. I don't need to change the water that frequently, but water change goes with the stocking of your ponds or your tank, right? So I just try to manage my stock of my fish by placing my fish. When I see my fish start getting too much in one pond, I actually transfer them into another pond that may not have so much. Wow, this pond have lost a lot of water in the past 2 weeks, right? This have not lost much. This have lost a little bit more, right? So I'm going to be looking at that. So the essence of this video is just to get a rundown as to my fish containers, my mini ponds, right? It's rainy season, but along with the rainy season comes a lot of heat, and the heat results in a lot of evaporation of moisture from soil and from water bodies. Thank you for watching Fish Keeping Jamaica. I just wanted to share this with you.